our team is anxious to get started. We have some guys that have quite a bit of experience on both sides of the ball, and some talented players. And we're optimistic and excited and ready to get started here this week.
Mark, considering none of your quarterbacks have game experience, do you expect to play both those guys early in the season?
Right now, John, I do, but you don't know how that's going to play out. You know, you've heard me say I'm honest about it, that I think at that position you get a good feel for what you have, but until you get to a game, you know, you're not exactly 100% sure. And that's not different in many places, not different, you know, in the NFL, in my opinion. You know, until those guys get under center and get playing and get those game reps, you're a bit unsure. You know, I think it's fair to both of those guys to give them an opportunity because it's very close at this time.
Mitch was in here, he was talking about the difference in size that he sees in your team. How does that translate in a game? Do you substitute less? Do you feel like you can use a different kind of approach?
Well, I think it's important, you know, you know that as we've been here in recruiting and the length and the size, it's important. That's the league we play in. You know, you know, you have to be good across the board. We all know that, but it's definitely a big man's game. If you're getting pushed around, then really you got no chance. It's definitely still at the line of scrimmage. I mean, the statistics prove it. I mean, I've told you guys this before, but if you outrush your opponent by 1 yard, it's a high percentage of winning in conference games. So rushing the football and stopping the run are very important factors to winning games. And you know, also as you know, you look around this league and you go line up and play some of these guys, you see the size at the skill positions, and that's what I'm excited about. We're starting to get that. Of course, in our secondary, we're freaky big. You know, our corners are very, very long, very big, physical guys. So, you know, I think it's important to have big guys at the skill positions as well.
Having that O-line look pretty solid right now going into the season, because
definitely helps us. As you know, we felt going into last year, much like the year before, we had played, 9 guys, you know, coming into last year. And so we felt like, you know, we could roll right into that. And as you know, it didn't translate that way, you know, and losing John Toth was a big factor heading into last year. So yes, I like the fact of having Drake back. And he's only a sophomore and played very good football for us, really kind of anchored us there. There's very talented, experienced players around him, and those guys are very good players, and we're excited about the offensive line as a whole. And now we can continue to maybe bring that depth along that we were looking for last year. Go ahead, you're good.
Drake's still one of the younger guys amongst that group up front, but he seems to have really taken a leadership role at the center spot.
He does. He's a guy that it's very important to him. You know, he wants. You know, we knew that recruiting him since 9th, 10th grade. You know, the game is important to him. He works extremely hard and he's intentional about it, and he still is. So he wants to help the football team any way he can, and leadership is.
How hard is it not to overuse Benny?
I don't think that's too hard. You know, he can handle it, and as the other guys progress like they're progressing, then they deserve the opportunity to play as well. So that will play out. You know, it's hard. He's a guy that this past year he's hard to take off the field, you know, because he's going to get you the tough yards. But again, as Saheem and AJ develop, I'm very pleased with what they're doing. And you know, we always tell kids, make us play. You know, if they're doing really good things, then you know, we want to play.
Is he ever happy if you take him off the field?
No, you know, Benny. He doesn't want to come out of the game. You know, he wants to put the team on his shoulders, and you love that mentality, and that's good with us.
Mark, Benny has a realistic chance to become the all-time leading rusher of Kentucky. Is that something you want to see happen, or do you have to manage that because you don't want to overuse it?
I would like to see that happen, but we're not going to change anything for that. That's unfair to Benny and unfair to our team. You know, we don't want to, you know, go out intentionally trying to do that. You know, we have an opportunity and obligation to develop all the players on our team, and we're going to do that. And, you know, our team you know, individually will get the recognition they deserve if we do good as a team. It's always team first. It will always be that way. And but individually, you want to see kids get what they deserve, but not at the expense of the
If you
program.
look at like the number of snaps and tempo, last year the formula for winning was kind of ball security and lean on a strong kicking game. With the uncertainty at quarterback and special teams, how much do you foresee kind of the way that you have to win games changing this year?
We don't know yet. You know, it changes every year. As you said, you know, we're breaking in new quarterbacks, so we don't know, you know, how that's going to play out. You know, we may, you know, go out there this year and with the addition of some wide receivers and the emergence of some wide receivers, you know, feel the need to throw the ball around a lot more. You don't know how it's going to play out. We want to be a balanced offense. We want to improve in the areas that we need improvement in. And part of that is the passing games at times. So we all want improvement in that area.
Eddie has talked about being more explosive with those young wide receivers. Do you have any players in mind who can do that?
Well, I think, you know, Josh Ali, Isaiah Epps are guys that really, you know, did some good things, we think, at the end of spring and through this summer. Obviously, Lynn having a second year, Dorian Baker coming back is big, you know, Taven going into a senior year. So those are some guys that really need to step up.
I was talking to Vince earlier, and he said that this is the best defense you've had since you've been here. I mean, would you agree?
Well, it should be, you know, because there's been times we've had some pro defensive linemen, but maybe not the second and third level. You know, if you just look at the defense as an entirety, it's definitely the strongest since we've been here. We have to go prove it and play better than we have and be more consistent. We've run good at times. We need to be more consistent.
Mark, how close is Jordan Jones to being full strength, and what do you need to see?
Yeah,
from him this year?
he's ready to go. The first 2 days, because of we're not allowed to have shoulder pads on, they can't strap his shoulder down, will be a little bit hit and miss. After that, he should be good to go.
You guys are one of the most senior-laden secondaries in the country, so how much do you feel the need to get some younger guys on the field to prepare for that next year?
I do feel the need for that development and bringing guys along and playing them and recruiting them. So it is important because I do think about year 2 and year 3 after this at all positions, and that certainly is a concern because we need to get some guys and bring them along here.
Vince said that this tight end group is the most talent that he's had since he's been here. Obviously,
Yeah.
TJ and Justin have been here a while, but what do you think Keaton Upshaw and Brendan Bates will bring to this group?
Well, they're big guys. You know, they're big guys and they could run. And you know, they're the type of guys we're looking for because they're good line of scrimmage tight ends. You know, they can put their hand in the dirt, and you know, they could get off and use them as the Y off or the fullback as well. But you know, it's important to have those point of attack guys. And you know, that's what all of them are. That's the good part about it. We have 4 tight ends that are, you know, put their hand down and be physical and also stretch the field and give them a big target.
Traditionally, people think of the quarterback being the leader of the offense, but with inexperienced guys at that position, and you've got a lot of experienced guys around them, how much is leadership a factor in the quarterback battle?
It's always a factor. You know, your quarterback needs to be a leader, and these guys are. But you're right in that, you know, you've heard me talk often about defending the quarterback because people around them have to play better. And that's why, you know, we have confidence in going into this fall because we have faith in the quarterbacks, that whoever's going to win that job, whoever's going to be under center and playing, we have faith in them, and we feel strong around them. And those guys have to play well, you know. So, again, you've heard me talk about it. You watch football, you've seen balls go up in the air and dudes come down with it and making spectacular plays and great catches, and we have to have some of that. You have to make some great individual plays at times.